just coming on to do a little video update after group last night. Last night was my group back after missing it last week, and I put on £0.5. I can't say I was upset because I know what missing group does to me. It makes my head go, oh, it's all right, you've got an extra week to get off anything. That coupled with the fact that my fiance, bless him, brought round a bag of shopping to help out, and it was filled with stuff that wasn't great for my slimming world or my trigger foods, but it's okay, it's fine. I came away from group with some really inspiring ideas, thoughts, help and everything. So yeah, I just want to catch up and put everything on here while my thoughts are fresh after group. I'm downstairs again, but the dogs are here with me, and if you can hear them playing, it's because as soon as I switch the camera on and start talking, they seem to think it's fantastic. So we're just going to go with it. It's fine. Yeah, if my camera doesn't get knocked over, that is. Hang on, I'll show you what they're up to if I can. Girls, what are you doing over there? I promise they love each other really. So a little intro to my two dogs there. The one laying down and looking like she's being stood on by the other one. That's Athena. That's the dog that got me up at 3 in the morning the other morning when I went for my run. Athena comes from a background where she was found on the streets and went to a very high kill shelter in Romania. She was extremely traumatized, and it was just before the war between Ukraine and Russia broke out that I was approved to foster her. She needed to come to a home with another large female calm dog, which my other girl, the brindle, Tess, is. They adore each other and play all the time. They're still going for it now. I'll show you this. What are you two doing? What are you two doing? Let's probably give her a good ear clean in a minute. But yeah, so she had a really rough start, and she came over really shut down. I've had shut down dogs before. I've always adopted, and I always tend to get the ones that are a bit, you know, neglected and whatnot. But she was the most shut down dog I've ever seen, and I thought my greyhound was the worst. But no, poor Athena wouldn't leave the corner of the kitchen. She wouldn't. Oh, there goes my scarf. Excuse me. She likes taking my clothes. She wouldn't leave the corner of the kitchen. She wouldn't even leave the house to go to the toilet. She just did everything in the kitchen for a while, and it took a long time of being gentle and just trying to gain her trust. So we got there eventually. She's very, very happy with me now. She knows me. She knows Ivan, my other half, the kids, and the people that come and go more frequently in the house. But she has such a terrible time when we're out and about trying to go for a walk. She's still petrified if she sees humans. So we take her late at night or very early in the morning. She only likes leaving the house with the other dogs. This is Tess, who's just got up behind me. Hello, Tess. Hello, Tess. So she'll leave the house with Tess. She'll leave the house with Cabby, the other dog. But she will freak out if she sees anyone. We do hire out a lovely place called the Orchard, which is a private hire enclosed field for, you know, exclusive use. So it's really, really good value for money, and it's just lovely for all three of them to be off lead, because I can't let the other one off lead either. Talking of the other one, he's out in the hallway at the moment, but he's my very old man. We'll introduce him next time when he makes an appearance. This lady, she's 8 now. She was actually only 12 weeks old when I brought her home from the Blue Cross. She was an abandoned litter of puppies, basically. Someone decided it would be a fantastic idea to try and breed 2 very large dog breeds in a 1-bedroom flat. Didn't care for the mum properly. The mum's milk dried up, and that's where the Blue Cross stepped in. So Tess has been with me for 8 years now. She's an absolute dream. She's my little soulmate buddy. She's just so calm, so cuddly, so gentle, you know. She's just absolutely wonderful. But as I say, Athena absolutely loves her. So yeah, they're still here, and that's a little bit of an introduction for those two. I know a few people were sort of asking me about the dogs. So for the week, the past couple of weeks, it's been an unusual couple of weeks. I've had some really sad news. I lost a dear friend and neighbour. She passed away, and although this poor lady had been quite ill, it still hurts. So that was difficult, as it always is when you lose somebody. Money has been, again, it's an issue for everybody. I think at the moment there's no one I don't talk to who it isn't an issue for. But yeah, there was a couple of unexpected blows, as you get sometimes. So that was a bit of a challenge, hence why my other half he doesn't live with me yet, but he was bringing down a few bits and pieces. And yeah, pizza, tiger loaf. Don't need to say any more than that. Bless him. But yeah, so there was that. There was not being able to get to group because these two lovely ladies, these two little furballs, decided to pull me over, which they've never done before. We were walking over a local nature reserve, and it's got some very grassy hills, and it was just one of those coincidental moments where my other half moved out the way, and the girls who were both attached to me thought it was time to go. It took me with them and pulled me flying like a skittle with a bowling ball, and I smacked the back of my head, and I spent the rest of that week feeling quite unwell. So anyway, so that's why I didn't attend group last week. So when that happens and those things have happened, I didn't put enough steps in place. So I'm quite pleased that it was only £0.50 on. That sounds terrible, doesn't it, when I'm now paying to go to group, but it's a learning curve, and that's what I'm here for. I said at the beginning when I started making these little videos, just as I say, to look back on, to remind myself that it's not all plain sailing. It's not all straightforward. It's not all just do this and it'll, you know. I want to remember what I've faced, what I've struggled with, as annoying as it might be, like, oh no, you know, she's done this, she's done that, whatever. I can look back and think, oh, why did you do that? But I want to pick this apart a little bit so that every time I experience a gain, or I stay the same, or even if I've lost, I'm more and more confident about why that's happened. If you can hear chewing or squeaking, Athena's just behind with a ball there. So I do hope you can hear me all right. So yeah, so I went to group, got weighed in, obviously stayed to group. Okay, so I'm now sitting on Thursday night with my bedtime cup of tea, and what a group to go back on. First of all, new magazine. We all know these are such an inspirational tool. Me, you know it, I've said it before, straight to the member stories. That for me gives me a world of motivation. I think in the past I used to pore over the recipes a little bit more, for the other members in my group, but for myself as well. But since becoming vegan, which has been a long time now, I mean, I was vegan like just when I got her, I know what I like, I know what I can have, and every now and then I'll try a nice new vegan recipe. But I'm also a bit old hat with Slimming World. I kind of know what I'm doing, so I get inspired by the recipes, but I don't pore over them. The member stories, the weight losses, the challenges that people face, that is what gets me, that is what fascinates me, that's what keeps me remembering that we're all human. And as much as you can see, I mean, I'm not going to spoil the magazine for you if you haven't got it, I'm not going to do that, but one of these members in here has lost 17 stone 9 pound. I mean, that is a phenomenal weight loss. That's more than my 6'3" fiance. This lady is just phenomenal. Reading her story, I might not have that much to lose. I certainly don't. But I recognise those feelings. I could happily have a conversation with this lady, and I'm sure she could empathise with me and I could empathise with her. And I just love the story of how she's come out of herself, how she's found life again. And I mean, that's, for me, the magazine, that's the first thing I do. Member stories, love it. And I think that's why group is such an important thing, or process, not thing, it's not a thing. Group is a process. And I always say this to people, and I understand every now and then there might be a time when you're not feeling very well and it's just all you can do to get to a weigh-in. Work is, you know, a challenge for some people, etc., etc. But committing to stay to group is the one thing that gets you through, I think. We talked about this before, but I was thinking about it today when I was sitting and sort of doing a bit of planning and a bit of thinking time. Like, why is it? What is it about group? You know, just a bunch of ordinary people, you know, an ordinary person up the front chatting to you. And that's what it seems like on the surface, you know, you just sort of get together for an hour, chat about foodie stuff or whatever, go home, get on with it. But it's so much more than that. And I was trying to think of how to describe that to somebody who might not have ever been to a Slimming Well group, or who may have fleetingly been to a Slimming Well group. And I think the best way I can come up with trying to encapsulate that is, it's like you build the most beautiful, intricate piece of artwork bit by bit, so that whatever happens week by week, you're building this thing, this support system around you that gets to know the intricacies of you. Because I mean, I can come on here and I'm going to chat about my journey, because that's what I'm doing. You know, it's just random thoughts. It's not really planned out. It's just week by week, as I can get on here, just making these points, making these memories. And for me, when I go to group, those first few groups, when I think back to when I was very first a member, and I was very first a member at Slimming World like over 20 years ago, you know, they've been going a while. And I was very unsure, very quiet, not quite sure what the point of all of this was. But within a few weeks, I understood. I couldn't put my finger on it. I couldn't explain it, but it worked. And I will stand by that to this day. Like, no matter what group you go to, even if you visit another group, that's fantastic. But when you go to your group and you get to know the other members, and you need to take time. You need to take time to get to know the other members, to share a bit of your journey as much as you feel comfortable, you know, when you're needing that help or support. But also equally as well, when you're doing fantastically with your weight loss, you are going to be such an important part of that group. And here's what happens. Individually, you become part of a community. And when you're all doing the same thing, you know, you're all going to Slimming Well to lose weight, you might think that becomes a bit boring. Oh, more food talk. No, because it's very specific to you. And you can be very specific in helping the other members. And that builds a sense of, you know, companionship, friendship. I've met like some of my best friends through Slimming World. My best friends in this town, my best friends in this community. You can't beat it. It's a shared experience. And I think what really brought it home to me was, we were talking about things in image therapy, you know, as we're sort of getting ready for the week ahead. You know, and we were talking about money and budgeting, and I explained, you know, I just sort of shared, you know, that's something I'm going to be thinking about going forward. You know, there's a few changes in my circumstances. You know, the lady who won Slimmer of the Week, who won this amazing basket. If you don't know what that is, if you don't attend a group, every week there's a basket out or fruit bowl, and we all bring in a little something if we can to just put in there. Free food, you know, want to keep it free food, and that is awarded to the person who's had the biggest weight loss in the group this week, plus a loss the week before. So it's rewarding consistency of weight loss, and also, you know, when you've had that brilliant week and you're flying on the scales, wonderful. And this lady, she's actually one of the social team member, one of the ladies who help out, and she came up to me and she went, I've taken a few bits that I want, but you can have the rest of that. That's going to help you out. And you know what? I couldn't believe that kindness. She didn't have to do that. But that's made the world of difference to me this week. And I almost want to do better for her. Does anyone else find that? Like, you know, we're not doing this for anyone else. We're not losing weight, you know, to keep A, B or C happy. We're doing it because we've chosen that's what we would like to do. We want to get healthy, we want to lose weight, whatever our reasons, but we've made that choice. But having these people around you that you end up caring about as well, that's when it really starts to get a vital component. And this lady has cared about me enough and been kind enough to donate what she has won to me to help me out this week. And how wonderful is that? Another lady stepped straight up and offered me something else in way of trying to help me out this week. And you don't have to give anyone anything to help out, but your time there, you know, that couple of minutes that you take to help someone who's struggling with whatever it may be in their journey, that could go on and change their life. And when I read stories like this, you know, in the magazine, and I see stories like this play out in our Slimming World groups, I really don't know if members like you and I realise that just the smallest could almost be an insignificant thing, what to have for lunches, what to change from, you know, if you're stuck, you never had an idea what to swap it to, how to cook, how to get going with Body Magic and exercise and all the rest of it. You know, you could spend 2 minutes in group, if that, just sharing an idea on, oh yeah, no, this helped me, it was great, it really kept me, you know, focused on making sure my weight loss increased or whatever. To that person that week who's had a difficult week, that could make the difference between them feeling that they have failed again or going home armed with information and help and support and compassion from other people in group, and the practical ideas to go home, make a difference and keep them going all the way to target, however long that takes them, whether they're speedy all the way through or whether they are a bit like me, you know, gradually getting my way there. You could save a life, you could change a life. And so when I see people weigh and go, and I don't mean like the odd occasion where it's a difficult week, you know, not weight loss week, a difficult week with family or whatever else. I mean the people that never ever stay to group and never give it a chance. Like, do you not realise what you're missing out on? And that's the difference. But that was my thoughts for the week. Something else that we did this week, we got given a little motivational something. I won't spoil it. If you haven't seen it on my Instagram, it's just a great thing you can do with your consultant, and you'll get a bauble. So yeah, it's not spoiling it. It's out there. I hate saying it, but I don't want to think about it. But that's how I went into group. Christmas is coming. That's how I went in. Like, oh no, I've got to think about it. But I came away just so thrilled because actually I set myself a new goal, which I want to put on here now. I've played around with this last half stone, as you guys know, first half stone, 2 weeks. Second half stone, I'm learning, but I've got a few things, strategies and things under my belt now. I've got a few situations that I've come up against that I've now found ways out of and that have helped me. So I really want to crack on now and try and take a big chunk towards my target off by Christmas, end of December time. I'm looking to really go for around about the £2.5 a week, thereabouts. Now, the way endometriosis and the fluctuating hormones and stuff can go, sometimes I can, you know, be a little bit like that, but I want to food optimize every week to try and aim for that £2 weight loss. So I also got myself something which you can buy from your consultant, or if they haven't got it, I guess you can ask them to order it in or order it online. I don't really know now, but my consultant had these in group and I thought this was awesome. It was you see that there? Eat, plan and be merry. Now, I love stationery. I love me some stationery. Not gonna lie. If it's, you know, something I can draw on, write on, staple on, stick on, have multiple colours in, file. I'm there. I've never really done a proper planner, and that's what this is. So this was £5.95 in group, okay, and I think this is going to be worth the investment for me. This is a 12-week planner, so it's like 11 weeks till Christmas. 11 weeks till Christmas, and this has got some brilliant tools in. So you've got dates and plans, Christmas strategies, weight loss and meal planning, meals and menus, recipes, gifts and cards. So it's the whole Christmas theme. So you can even write out like your Christmas card list and stuff like that. And I thought actually that could be quite fun. I mean, it's all good, well and good, you know, writing stuff down for like what you're eating and that. But yeah, so it starts off, for me, I've put down my Christmas gift to me is to lose 2 stone. So that's roughly what the £2.5 a week would equate to by the end of December. And it says there, it will make me feel, and I've put confident, in control and healthy. They're my goals, you know. The health thing. Back in control, 100%. So that's where I've been spending a bit of time this afternoon writing all of that out. And it says, you know, there's ideas you can put down, like to food optimize. How am I going to do this? How am I going to break it down and make sure that I crack on with this weight loss? And I've written down a few things. And what I might do is I might do another video, because this one's me rambling on for quite a while, just rambling my thoughts out. What I'll do is a little bit more of a structured video. So I set out what things I need to put in place to make sure that I keep that, because it's no good just whacking a ballpark figure out there and me saying, yay, I want to lose 2 stone, and then just, yay, I want to lose 2 stone. Okay, I want to be able to do this and do that, but unless I put a plan in place, it's not going to happen. I do need to think through what I need to do, and this planner is absolutely fantastic. I've been like starting to fill out bits and pieces, you know, there's sort of dates and foodie things and all the rest of it, and I'm really interested to see what a difference that makes to me in doing this for the 12 weeks. So yeah, I'm really pleased that my consultant had this in stock. Thanks, Kate, you're a star. So I've got myself that, got myself a magazine with me inspirational stories. Next week they're going to be going through a few more budget things, you know, budget meals and stuff, because I'm not the only one a bit strapped for cash. So there's going to be some great things in group, which I'm really looking forward to hearing about. And I got loads of ideas yesterday as well. So I feel really set up there. I've got some groceries in. I've been trying, just my last little point before I go, I've been trying to buy a little bit less at a time. Just trying to sort of see what I can get through, how much I need and stuff like that. So yeah, and I'm just going to leave you now with my top tip. And again, this is top tip for me. You might think, what on earth is she talking about here? have bought myself a few days ago, I bought myself a little bit of selection of fruits and plums, some little satsumas, apples and whatnot. Now I've been keeping them in the fridge because it's been warmer, which is lovely. It keeps them fresher for longer, stops stuff's going off, obviously, common sense, we all know that. I've got really sensitive teeth though, and talk about the most ridiculous of excuses. I have not been having fruit to snack on. I've been grabbing other stuff like extra hi-fi bars because the cold fruit will hurt my teeth. I mean, is that like the most genius excuse you've ever come up with, Leanne? I think so. Yeah, I think so. I'm sure you guys have probably done stuff like that in the past as well. And I gave myself a little momentary talking to, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to get them all out though. This is the internal dialogue. I don't want to get them all out though, because otherwise I'll just end up with a whole punnet of plums that have all gone all squishy and horrible, and I can't eat them, and my oranges will all go off, and blah blah blah. I was like, why don't you just put half out? Put some out so they're room temperature, leave the rest in the fridge so they don't go off. I mean, I felt like a genius. I'm going to take that one. Do you know what? Just in a day, I've snacked on more fruit today than I have done for the past 2 weeks. I tell you, when you want to do something, you'll find a way. When you don't, you'll find an excuse. And I'm done with excuses now. So we are going to be raring to go, pushing forward, committing to getting down to Target, because I won't lie, I don't want to pay to go to group anymore. When you're at Target, it's free. So, you know, lots of reasons. That's my little catch up for today. I'd say we'll catch up with my other dog, Cabby, next time. And yeah, I hope whatever you're doing on your slimming, your weight loss, your health and fitness journeys, that it's all going well. And I hope that if you've got any top tips, if you've got any funny sabotage moments, if you've got any ideas, thoughts, chuck them down below, because I know that this is just me blathering on, but I know that you guys put things in the comments sometimes that even I look at and go, yeah, that's amazing, you know, whether it's your weight loss or whether it's, you know, ideas or whether it's just that support. So yeah, chat to each other down there as well, you know. I'd love to hear what excuses you guys have come up with before, which you know aren't really excuses. So I'm going to leave it there. All right, love you loads, have a fab week, bye.